Welcome to the Gigi Naturals Homestead channel. Thank you so much for catching the replay if you have to catch the replay today. Thank you for those who are always here. I appreciate you. I just wanted to pop in a little bit earlier today. Well, as you can see, not home. We are traveling for business today, and so I wanted to make sure that I pop on before I have to get in the 5 o'clock rush hour traffic. So I want to make sure that also I am able to be heard, that you can see me well, everything is okay in the background. So just let me know as you come in, what is your grow zone? Let me know. Even if you are catching the replay, please also let me know what your grow zone is and what is going on in your area. If you are a gardener, you are somebody that is growing your own food, whether that be in containers or if that is in the ground, whether you start from seed, whether you start from starts, whether you do your own start, whatever. Just leave a little note and let me know what is happening in your area. So I wanted to not be very long today, but to come in and since we are on the road, just kind of share some information with you guys. I'm currently on the hotel Wi-Fi. So if there are any issues going on with the Wi-Fi where you can't see or you cannot hear right now, then just let me know in the comment section and I will go in and try to figure out how to turn it off without shutting everybody out. So be sure to hit that thumbs up button as you come into the chat. Moderators, make sure that you are saying hello to the people that are coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Donnie. How are you doing? Hello, my Renaissance grandma. How are you doing? Um, Learning to grow my own farmstead. Hello, how are you? I don't remember seeing you here before. So hello, welcome. It's so good to have you in the chat today. So I was kind of rambling. I couldn't see anybody, so I was kind of rambling to myself, just talking about some of, hello. Who was that? Lovelace. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome. So I was just kind of sitting here rambling to myself. Great. I'm so glad. Thank you, Dunny. Um, about I'm in a hotel right now, as y'all can see. My husband and I are traveling for business, and so I know he's probably on the stage right now, giving his speech, and so I'm just coming in early because I'm probably going to have to leave around 5 o'clock. And, at the 5 o'clock time is rush hour traffic, and woo, it is a mess. Even when it's not rush hour around here in Tampa, Florida, the traffic is nice and heavy. So, hello, Miss Shirley, OG Gardner. How are you? Hi, Dan, Permaculture Food Forest. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Um, who did I miss? Hey, Starduster 2. How are you doing? Foster Family Fun. Hello. How are you? Gardening and Holistic Fun. Good to see you as well. Hello. Growing with Donnie said I'm in zone -2, Seattle, Washington. Nice. I was looking for a place to nap. Is that bed available? Come on over. Nobody here but me. Just hanging out. I was just actually sitting here just catching up on, I kind of been, YouTube negative for the last week. Well, not in attitude, but negative in terms of putting time into actually watching it, and videos and all of that type of thing. So I was kind of catching up on some of the channels, Growing with Hudson. I was just listening to Andale from today. Um, One of the channels that I was listening to this morning, she came and commented on one of my videos or posts or something, and telling me that um, she is in Europe. Yeah, yeah, she is somewhere over there, and so she says that they are they have started rationing food over there. Now, I have a friend who lives um, in the UK, and he was telling me, about the differences between, because he's from, America, telling me about the differences between America and the UK, and how he wasn't able to bring any meat. Like, they would allow him to take other things over. But the one thing that was like a strict no, no, no was bringing meat from the US, because the US allows so many different chemicals in their products versus what the UK will allow. And so he was saying that, you know, even the fast food, even the fast food, the places that we have had for a very, very long time, the Double Arches and the Burger King and all of those, he was like, they are just totally different. They're totally different. So there's a lot to be said by them also doing food rations now. So the channel name is Slow Living Jane, and it's her last video that she actually posted today, this morning. It may have been this morning, it may have been last evening, but let me see if I still have it where I can put it in the chat. I don't know how to put anything in the chat on this cell phone, so no, I'm not going to do it. But she was talking about, how they are starting to ration everything. And she kind of went through a store walk to show, how they are limiting certain things in the UK, like oil and like cooking oil and different things like that. So it's a good video to check out, so that you can kind of, I know the majority of us can already relate, because it has been going on over here for a while. Yes, many chemicals that are banned in Europe are still used here. Yeah, and right, Dan, that's a big problem. That is a really big problem. But the US, I mean, it's capitalism. It overtakes everything. So and so I was thinking, everybody is basically, everything is in limited supply at this point. She even went on to talk about a vehicle that they were going to purchase or whatever, and not even looking to wait on it, because like everything is in limited supply. Parts for cars, milk for babies, which we naturally have, so we just got to do better with that as being mothers. Those who can definitely just have to do better on that front, because again, all of this stuff has a whole bunch of chemicals and things that probably are not the best for our babies. Anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to just quickly talk with you guys, just kind of chop it up, dialogue with you guys about, what we can do better, what we as individuals can do better since things are in limited supply. Everything is in limited supply. So where can we do better in terms of ourselves and what we need? Not necessarily telling everybody what you have in your preps, because like that's probably not a smart idea either, which is why I don't necessarily do it anymore. Probably not the greatest idea to be telling people how much you have and what you have in your preps. But what are some of the general things that we know that are going to probably be in limited supply, just like she said, like the cooking oil. You know what, Donnie? That is so smart. That is a really good one. Better save those bacon droppings if you indulge in that. And that is actually something that we have been doing even before this. Hi, Planter Garden TV. How are you? Even before all of the madness, I would say. Uh, Hello, hey Andel. Yes, we are early today because I'm probably gonna be in traffic. We are traveling for business, so um, I gotta make sure that there's no way I can, drive and do a live stream. So I have to pick up Eco Neighbor whenever he calls me. I'm old school. I don't throw out anything, and that's a good way to be. And my daughter, my little one, little Gigi, she actually got me back into doing it, because as a child, we would do it. We would save our cans, and we would save, strain out the oils and things that we didn't burn. We would strain them out and we would save that oil, because we didn't grow up being able to, whenever we got the inkling to go to the grocery store, we were able to just go. That's just not the way that I grew up, and I know a lot of other people didn't grow up that way either. And so we had to do what we had to do in order to make sure that we still had all of, I was just talking about you, Slow Living Jane. Here she is, guys. Matter of fact, I'm about to put you in blue. Slow Living Jane. So say something else so that people can see you. I was just talking about you on this video and telling them how you were talking about the way the food and oils and different things are, they're putting limits on things that you can actually purchase. So I was saying something and I totally lost my thought because I was talking to people instead of completing my thought. So Miss Shirley OG Gardner, we're talking about, how we didn't throw out everything. And I was saying that my little Gigi was, she actually got me back into it. She got me back into saving the oils and things, just because, she loved the bacon oil. She loved like the flavor that bacon gives to things. And so I would keep these jars, because I would buy jars of coconut oil, and I would keep these jars, and I was like, you could put that in that jar right there, because I just thought the jars were cute. Honestly, I just like the jars. And then, of course, they hold high temperature things, so you can go ahead and put something back over in there. Hey there. Hey, Brampton Gardner. How are you doing? Good to see you. So it's just a smart practice, for my family. Hi, Brenda King. How are you? My new RV is huge. I know, right? I know, right? I can only imagine having this much space again just in one room. So I'm really looking forward to, even though, you know, the RV is cool, like we've I think we've overall we've gotten used to it. Um but yeah, I look forward to having like a real bedroom again. That would be nice. But yeah, we got back to saving the oils and things. Hey, Tina McNeil Fitz, how you doing? Hey, Tracy Jones. Um, we definitely do a lot more of that now. You know, sometimes you know, we can't save it all. And sometimes, you know, get distracted, burn something, whatever. And then you won't be able to kind of save it. And you know, if the straining doesn't work, if the cooking the potatoes in there to try to pull out some of the burn doesn't work or whatever, then you know you have to throw things out. But for the most part, you know, if we can learn how J3GS Barn, how you doing? If we can learn how to really like recycle a whole lot of stuff, including some of the things that we eat, like one of the things that I saw a video on was a lady talking about what they call day old bread. And, you know, she would go to the whatever her market was, and she would buy some of the bread that they had just marked down, that, you know, it hadn't started to mold or anything, any of that, but you know, it was maybe just a little bit harder than we like our bread. And she would take it and she would put it in the oven and she would bake it. And hey, Audacity Donnie, how you doing, Uncle G? Good to see you. And she would put it in the oven and she would bake it. And then she would take it as it got really, really hard in the oven. Then she would either make like, she would chip it up, or she would make breadcrumbs, just getting creative, just getting really creative about what we do. Hi, Cheryl Faulkner. How are you doing? Getting creative about what we do so that we are not throwing out so much stuff. You know, when you have animals, it is not more of a problem, but when it's just us, and you know, sometimes you might just get a little more on your plate than what you can handle and then end up throwing it out. And if you don't have animals to give it to, then you know, you just end up being wasteful, and I just don't like being wasteful like that. We get fish, mostly salmon, parts from the fishermen for cheap. Oh, okay. You can just cook them like normal and eat them, or get the heads and stuff for stocks. That's smart. That's really, really smart. Um, hmm. And this is why I also like to you know, talk to people who are the worker people, the people who are making things happen. You know, my family, they fish a lot. They really do. They fish a lot. So um, it's kind of, for us, we can use all types of stuff. And then, you know, my sister has pigs, and the pigs, like, they love catfish. And, you know, sometimes they will, all of the catfish that they catch, because most of us don't really, you know, enjoy catfish that much. They'll take it and just give it to the pigs. Um, the chickens, y'all, one of my chickens escaped. Uh, one of them escaped, and I have been, you know, I'm not there to be able to go and like wrangle them up. So um hopefully my daughter's boyfriend, when he gets off work, he can go and actually get the chicken and put her back. It was one of the hens, yeah. And I'm like, no, I don't need any of my hens escaping. I only have 4 hens and those 5 doggone roosters. And I'm going to put a message out today and try to get somebody to come and get some of the roosters, or either just load them up and then take them around to a couple of farms in the area and then try the Great Escape and then try to give some of the roosters away. But yeah, one of the hens escaped, and I'm like trying not to freak out, and my daughter is like, she chased her and chased her, and I'm like, you gotta try to finesse it or something. But the hen was not having it, you know. They're very, very skittish. No matter how much we try to handle them, they are just very skittish. And so I hope, and this is at the same place where the huge pit bull who ate up a whole lot of my plants. Yeah, this is at the same place where he's located, and lure her in with worms. Yeah, we're gonna have to try some of everything. I can't try anything because, you know, I'm hours and hours away. So hopefully when he comes, he can typically round them up and get them back in. So the she ran off in the woods. She ran off in the woods, and she was not able to get her. And then the woods on their property, because they have like 13 acres over there, and so the surrounding woods are very, very thick. And I was like, no, don't even go back there. Just, she's gonna have to fend for herself until she decides to come back. But they're very close. The chickens are, they are very, very close. So when, you know, she's gonna hear them, and she's definitely gonna hear the roosters, because the majority of the roosters are crowing already. And so she'll come back. Hopefully. Hopefully nothing has gotten her, and she will come back. Also, if you like organ meat, it's really good for you. It tends to be really cheap. Definitely buy organic and grass-fed. Yeah, I would. Yeah, the grass-fed definitely tastes better. It definitely tastes better. So, I don't even really believe in the organic thing. It's like, anybody really believe in that? I don't really believe in it. The only time I really believe in, I really don't. I honestly don't. I'm trying to think, like, how, I don't know. Just a lot of, you know, just, I think being surrounded with a lot of gardeners and farmers and homesteaders, it's just like, I really don't believe in the whole organic thing, especially from the grocery store. So I'll say this: the only time I really believe in the organic thing is when, like, it's being grown from your home, your stuff is just being able to graze and, you know, eat off the land and just survive the old school way of surviving. But the grass fed is definitely a huge difference. You can tell by the taste. You can tell by the cleanliness of it. And I love liver and onions. Yeah, I can't lie. I don't eat it just because I already have hormone issues, so I don't eat it. But we grew up eating liver and onions and gizzards and all of that stuff. But yeah, I like it. I just don't indulge anymore. Hi, Dee Dee in Vegas. How are you doing? Hey, hello, Family Homestead. How are you doing? I'll get you some Buff Orpington next go around. For the first couple of years, I'm gonna stick with the black copper Morans. And then after probably about 2 years, then I'll start to introduce more into, you know, our life. But for the time being, I wanted to make sure that we got like a a lot of them that we got a lot hatched. That's why I wanted one rooster. I didn't want 5 roosters. I just wanted one rooster. Um, and because I wanted them to, be able to reproduce and things. So I just wanted just those. And then, yeah, I'll definitely introduce more. And I actually, Halal Family Homestead, I actually was looking for those because I would always hear Led Farmer talking about the Buff Orpingtons. And I was like, that's interesting. So I'll definitely be looking at those. They are, I don't know, they're probably as difficult to find as the black copper Morans. I think they're just very, people just want them. They're popular. People just want them. And so when I was looking for my chickens, it was like you had to just wait. You just had to wait. Yeah, I agree. Well, now that's a trademark on the word up. The word is up. Organic really means nothing. Yeah, like put it, if it's not out there and it's just not living off the land and growing without all the synthetics and all of that stuff, then it means nothing. It means nothing. Hey, Raina Love, how are you doing, sis? Good to see you in the chat. Who did I miss? Wait, did I hear that you had a runaway chicken? Yes. So I believe what happened was that they have like sticks inside of the cage where they are. And I think they were jumping up on the sticks, just perched up there, and then they would take that and use it to jump over the top because the top is partially covered. But it wasn't fully covered. And so at the point, I think that's the only way that they could really like fly that high, is that they had to be like up on the sticks. And that's what my daughter said she's thinking as well, that they were jumping over the top from there. Hey, Miss Native Cherokee, how are you doing? Gigi, I got chickens. My co-op had Buff Orpingtons this year. Awesome. That is amazing. That's amazing. I have no regrets. The only thing is, there was just a monkey wrench in the plan because we didn't get to close on that other land. But we're gonna be working, trying to get as much space cleared out as possible, so that we can be there more often and have the chickens out there. We did catch a really big, juicy raccoon on one of the cameras yesterday. So the raccoons. Hey, Erica Taylor, how you doing, sis? A big one. I mean, it was a nice sized raccoon. So we're definitely going to have to protect the chicks as we get them out there, because like I said, it's the real wild out there. It really is. Let me find out. They were planning an escape. I'm going to stick to veggies. Yeah, Lovelace. They were, man. You know what? Halal Family Homestead, it's funny you say that. You said the Buff Orpingtons have more act right. They're gentle or very relaxed. And that's why I bought the ones that I bought, because they were supposed to be, one of the more gentle, docile breeds. Mine just, I don't know what's wrong with them. They just won't do right. You give them a good home and they just won't do right. Just came in from collecting big night crawlers to go fishing. Enjoy that. Enjoy. No thank you on the raccoon, big rascal. Yeah. I know, right, Raina Love? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But we just caught it on one of the cameras, so we weren't really around. But as we are out there more, and definitely as we are living on the land, we'll get to see a whole lot more than that. But we've already started to buy, some of the protection and to go around the chickens, and enough to keep some stuff in, keep some of the animals in. Um, Definitely, my husband sent me a video. He sent all of us the video, you know, me and all of our children, talking about a donkey or either a mule to kind of help out. So, and that's one of the things that the Dickinsons told us as well, that they have a donkey, and they were like, yeah, hey, TLC in the garden, how are you doing? They were like, yeah, the donkey definitely is a great protector on their homestead. So um, I don't know how I feel about that. You thought, you thought we were gonna say alligator, and you know what? And that wouldn't be too far. Because my sister asked him, what if you had an alligator in your pond? And he was like, what you mean? Like, it would just stay there. And she's more like, gator tail for dinner. Nah. And he is like, no, just leave it. Just leave the gator. Leave it alone. Let it live. Yeah. Hey there, guard goose are farmed out. The geese are just so loud, but we definitely will have dogs. We definitely will have dogs. I hope my sister does a video, at least a short or something, to show y'all her little dog. She's so adorable. She's so adorable. Hey, G Mama Grows, how you doing? Hey, Danny Days Homestead, how you doing? It's a guard goose. The geese they a little cray cray. Especially those Canadian. Those Canadian geese are a little, we can't touch them. But they will come for you. They really will. I bet you do have an alligator in the pond. I'm good. I hope you are as well. I am good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, so no, they don't have a pond down there. So we don't have a pond on the land, but we plan on getting a pond dug out. So he would still love to have the pet alligator. He's just like that. I don't know why he's like that, but he is. That's why they all end up in jackets. Had an unintentional almost 3.5 hour live this morning. Wow. Okay. A goose that protects the chickens. Okay. I don't know what a goose dog is. I haven't. We had to reroute our bike ride yesterday. Trail was covered with Canadian geese. We're like, nope, yes. And they, for some reason, the place where I used to work, they would just, like, that was their breeding ground. And they are so aggressive. They attacked a couple of co-workers. And, all the people could say is just, just try to walk around them. We are walking around them. They coming for us, But yeah, they are very, very protective. And I was actually walking down the sidewalk one day. I'm on the sidewalk now. This is where people supposed to be, on the sidewalk. Geese, you're supposed to be in the grass somewhere, but they don't follow the rules, all right? And so I was walking down the sidewalk, and I'm looking at my phone, like everybody else, looking at my phone. And all of a sudden, something just starts hissing at me. And I was getting too close to the goose. And so it let me know that I was getting way too close to it. And so I was like, oh, baby, listen, this sidewalk is yours, okay? It's your sidewalk. We good. So I went right on around. I went around all the cars and everything. Got out in the middle of the road and let that goose have that sidewalk. Because, no. Hey, Audrey Willis, how are you doing? Any water in Florida will have gators. Absolutely. Absolutely. No matter. And did y'all see the one climbing the fence? Y'all, you got to see the YouTube video. He was climbing the fence. I would have a spray bottle with water to get back. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to do a thing. Carry a big bag. Andale, you're trying to get us locked up, aren't you? You're trying to get us locked up, Andale. Too much poo on the sidewalk. Yes. Miss Shirley, that's what I was saying. They just don't follow the rules. I just don't get them. They really don't follow the rules. Like, go in the grass with all that. Yeah, they like water. Hi, Courtney Taylor. How are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. You sound like me talking to the crazy crows out here. Yeah, like, you can have it. You can have it. I'm not the one to try to fight you and all of this. I'm just gonna let you have it. But I hear they got one coworker pretty good. They scratched her up pretty good, and all they could say is, "Well, you know, just walk around them. Just go." Yeah, I'm like, you got too many advantages. Like, your claws are like, they ain't like my claws. Number one, you can bite and like it really hurt. And on top of that, you have the gift of flight. You can fly and attack. So like, I don't try to get into it with them. Yes, the geese are bunkers. The Canadian ones especially, they are bunkers. At one of the local parks, you know, they have the geese and the ducks and just all types of ducks together. And they are, you know, they're just as cool and calm and collected. But when the Canadian geese come in, it's a whole other matter. Hello, Love Notes. How you doing? Oh, yeah. And I bet they super loud, Miss Ann. I know they're super loud because they are all the time. The Sandhill Cranes owns the road. I bet. I bet. I don't play around. Hey, Black Tropical, how you doing? I don't even play around. There's a park at the end of my street and taking over the play areas. Yeah. Yep. And they're protected. So, like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, y'all need to come, since y'all want to protect them so much, law, come out here and round them up and take them somewhere else. Like, put them somewhere else. I just, yeah. Hey there. Hey, David Corey. How are you doing? I take them and put them somewhere else. Yeah. They are protected. So, we can't do what we want to do to them, you know. We can't. So y'all don't do it. Don't be talking about Gigi told you to do. I didn't say do nothing. We can't do what we want to do. We have to. But it's plenty of them. I don't even understand like why they are still protected, because there are like plenty of them. Even just in Tallahassee alone, like, we can populate the rest of the United States, you know, with the dang geese. We really can, just in Tallahassee alone. That's right, protect them and come get them since they have no manners. Exactly, like, come get them and like fly them somewhere else, and they'll still come back because they come every year. But it is what it is. So we got so far off track. And nobody has said, Gigi, we're supposed to be giving each other some ideas. So some ideas on some of the things that we can do. So Dunny started it off. Dunny started it off and said that we can recycle our oils. So what are some of the other things, guys, that we can do that can really help us to have the things that we need in the long run, since they are taking everything and then putting rations on how much you can do? What else can we do? What can we do? I know we've seen a lot of great things on how we can um, really store stuff. So the bread idea, I want to get me a bread maker. Um, but I also want just one of the I have a big Dutch oven. I want one of the smaller Dutch ovens that I can make like a small amount of bread, because I didn't want to um I didn't want to do a whole bunch. I saw that. I don't want to do a whole bunch of bread and then like have to store it and then it spoil and all of that type of stuff. So composting is a great one. That is amazing. And I love composting, and I really prefer like composting in place and in ground composting, because that big, like that big tub, that big barrel, um, as you put more stuff in it, it's just more complicated to me. It's just more complicated to me. Like, I don't want to be trying to fight to turn the barrel every other day or whatever. Gigi, did y'all have a wait a minute? Did y'all have Florida bunch grapes? Um, we had a lot of grapes. And they actually were the purple ones. The purple, I call them bullets. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Doggone it. I call them bullets. That's what I grew up calling them, and I still call them that. So happy that I can say that my chickens are soy free, corn free, and organically pasteurized and raised. And Tracy Jones, I know you are no joke with it. That's Tracy Jones is where I get a whole lot of information about my chickens. So thank you for all that, and I know you know how to do it. I know you know how to do it, Tracy. Check with the farmers and grocery stores on parts of produce they throw away, like beet, greens, and carrot tops. They are edible. Donnie, they give you all that stuff. Listen, Florida wants you to do everything on your own. They don't want to give you nothing. They don't want to give you buckets. They don't want to give you used containers. They don't want to give you old flowers that are on their last leg. They like this place is tough. That's why I want to get more out into the country and deal with some of the more country people. But trying to get them to really give you anything, or either even sell it to you for cheap in the Tallahassee area, like I just don't know why they like that. But they are just like that, trying to get buckets to grow in or any of that stuff. They're not like that. They're just not like that. We were out there working this weekend, whatever day it was that we were last out there working. It might have been Sunday. And one of the neighbors stopped by and had watermelons on his truck, and he was like, "It's mighty hot out there. You know, y'all want some watermelons to cool you down some?" And we were like, "Heck yeah, we want some watermelons." So he gave us two. Well, we only took two. He was like, "You know, you can get some more if you want." And we were like, "Nah." Because, you know, living in the RV, we have the small refrigerator. Like, everything is small. So we got the small refrigerator. We have the small freezer on top, and we can't hold a lot of stuff. So I was actually, before we actually left, I was able to chop up one whole watermelon and I got like 2 gallon size bags out of that. I was able to put those in the freezer along with the other stuff. And then the other watermelon is, still sitting on the counter. I have the air on, so it should be fine. Hopefully, the fruit flies aren't everywhere when I get back and have to chase some stuff down. Hey, Her Healthy Home, how are you doing? A restaurant near me gives me all the free 5 gallon buckets I want. I don't know why these people around Tallahassee are like they are. Um, Love knows we don't have enough water around here, but my worm bin worms are big. Awesome. All you have to do is ask. There's always somebody who doesn't know the rules. Girl, I don't know why they like that around here. They don't do right. I grow fishing worms, grow big and fat in my compost. It's a win-win. Yeah, the bread machine, you can make small batches, then freeze them to store. Yeah, and that's kind of why, well, I guess I could still go ahead and get the bread machine now. But I don't want another cup inside that RV. You hear me? Like our space is just so limited, and I don't like things up on I never like things up on my countertop, but now it's like definitely I don't want nothing up on the countertop. I typically will have like 1 cup sitting up there, and then I'll put like silverware in the cup so that it's easy to just grab and go. But yeah, it's when you're in a small space, like you have to make so many adjustments, and I just don't like anything on my counter. So and then all of my space is already full of stuff. It already has stuff in it. So I can't bring in anything else right now. I just got some free tomato plants and used containers from a local nursery. I'll be so happy for y'all. I really do. I just be so happy for y'all with these people. It's raining. Should I still go water the plants? No. Oh, sorry. Did I mess up? All right, I'm trying to scroll back. Let's see. I'm trying to scroll back because I know I saw some comments that I missed. No, I didn't. Okay, I answered all of those. But anyway, I really just I like the place where we'll be moving to, where the land is located. I really like the neighbors so far, and y'all know I really don't never get along with neighbors because they just won't, like, they don't understand boundaries, and I used to always hear people say great fences make great neighbors. And I didn't really understand it, I didn't really understand it back then, but yeah, I fully understand it now. And I really, I'm so glad that, we'll actually have some space, because, nobody will be able to just pop in, or come over, just coming all over on our property to take what they want. They're not going to be able to see. We're going to set it up where they can't see us from the road, so they won't be able to see what we have. They won't be able to see any of that. Yeah, that, and literally that's what I like. So if we decide that we want to invite some of them over, then we can. But otherwise, it's not a setup where somebody is just going to be popping onto your property. And I'm glad about that. I'm really, really glad about that. Yeah, love notes. Not too many people come to visit anyway. And let me tell you, they ain't gonna be coming to visit. So we'll have plenty of time that we can work like uninterrupted. That's another thing, is that, people will just take your time and just turn it into theirs. And, they don't care that you're working. They don't care that you got a whole acre of stuff to burn and now is not a good time. Like, they don't care about any of that. They just want to talk, and they want to talk, and they don't want to talk for a few minutes. They want to talk for hours. So I want it to be where we can do enough. I don't want my life to just be consumed, with being out there all the time. Like, I'm 46 years old now. I don't want my life just consumed with that. I still want to spend time with my family and all of that. Listen, love notes. I just literally had to tell a lady the other day, because I have to go to our RV is not big enough to have washer and dryer. So I have to go to the laundromat at the RV park. And Lord, this lady she just talked and she talked and she talked. And I try my best to avoid people, but she was there and she caught me. And she caught me off guard. And I was like, you're talking. And I keep walking away, and I'm walking back towards my car. And this lady just will not stop. She just will not stop. And I literally had to say, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I enjoyed talking to you, but I'm so sorry. I really have to go. After about 20 minutes of her holding me up, like I really needed to go, and she just would not stop. And then eventually, she was like, yeah, and such and such, and this and that and that and that. Okay, I get it, but I'm sorry, I have to go. So some people just don't get it. Oh my gosh. Get y'all a sign that says invite only. Just to keep out and no trespassing. I don't even want them thinking they got a chance of coming up in. Please say that again. Some neighbors, oh my. I put up a sign that says, nope, keep going. I love that. Yep. Just keep on going. Keep all glass jars. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I don't care how much those mason jars go up. I'm going to buy me some mason jars every now and then. That is my jam. I love mason jars. Mason jars are the absolute best to me. And yes, that's a good one. Keep your jars. Keep your glass jars. Those Shy. Hey, Shakira. How you doing? Enter at your own risk. Yeah. Like, bye. Yeah. Sometimes you have to just walk off. And I'm like, man, I'm trying my best not to just be like, stop it. Cut it out. But yeah. And then, and the worst part about it, I just, oh my gosh, liars just get on my nerves. And the worst part about it is that I found out that she was lying. She was lying to me about somebody that I knew, okay? And, I told my husband what she said, and I said, but I really don't believe her. So when I found out the truth about the person, I said, I knew she was lying. See, talking so much. I knew she was lying. And so everything she said to me, I was just like, liar. I don't believe nothing she said now. And so now when I drive by, her house, if she's outside, I just take the little detour and go around the corner to get back to my RV. Or I just turn my head and I'm just like, I look the opposite direction. Don't try to weigh me down. Don't try to nothing. Like, I don't even, Now that I know you're a liar, I really don't even want to hear nothing you got to say. Hey, the Fun Reading Club, how you doing? Do my Trader Joe's pickle jars. Yes, yes. Listen, we used to clean those and drink out of them back in the days growing up. Yeah, yeah, we always used to save our glass jars. Bell's Backyard Garden. Hello, my friend. I made it. I'm in this thing. Hey, Gigi and chat. Hey, hey. Good to see you. Yeah, we keep all of our jars. Rewash plastic bags. Reuse aluminum foil. Yeah. I don't see why not. And especially my gallon like Ziploc bags or whatever. Oh yeah, depending on what I have in them. Oh baby, you will get washed out, you will get dried out, and you will get put away for another day. Yes, we gotta stop being too good to do this kind of stuff because I'm telling you, it just your bottom line thanks you for it. That bill, that grocery bill, it really thanks you for it in the end. It really does. Um, let's see. Hey, Miss Linda, Sapphire Diamonds and Pearls. How you doing? Good to see you. Giving the side eye the entire time she talking. Yes, yes, and recycle jars. I love kombucha and keep the glass jars to store homemade fruit vinegars or apple cider. That is a good one. That's really a good one. Um, I gotta try some. I need to do. I think I need to do like a homemade kombucha. I think I need to do like a homemade one because I don't like the ones in the store. They are just gross to me. So, but the fruit vinegars that I made a couple of fruit vinegars and they're on point. Like you can taste the little sweetness in them. Hey, hands in the dirt, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Um, you can taste that little sweetness in them, and man, it's so good, and they're so strong, and like I just love them. Yes, Ziploc bags, no meat stored in them. Right, and that's what I meant by depending on what has been stored in them. But you know, if I put my bread in them or something like that, in order to keep my bread for longer, you know, keep air from getting to it, kind of tends to help it stay a little bit longer. Keep all my jars no matter what type. Okay, okay. TLC in the garden. Um, Mason jars with straws. Okay, handle top and a straw mason jar. I love those. Love notes. I love those. They even have some of those at our $1.25 tree with a little handle, and they'll have like a little hole in the top with the straw already in there. I really love those. I really do. Um, you missed the story. Who out here lying? One of the neighbors, child. One of the RV park neighbors. You know, Eco neighbor be out there, sitting outside, sitting in his truck, and he be watching. He said, "Ooh, this is better than the stories. It's better than the stories." he be sitting there getting everybody business, getting all the people information, and people be doing stuff, and they think ain't nobody watching them. Yeah. Hello, hey Roki, how you doing? I need to try to make my own as well. Yeah, yeah. Many thanks to Brother Led Former 73 for encouraging us to make our own vinegars. Has been a cost saver. Yeah, yeah. And those vinegars are good. They're so good. Hey, I love the Blue Moon Raspberry Kombucha, but the rest of them I don't like. Yeah, we need to try our own then. I think we need to try our own. And then put my daughter just texted and said the chicken has been returned to her pen. Yay! I'm so glad she's safe. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad she's safe. Oh my gosh. I need her. I need her. So they'll be laying in a couple of weeks, and all of our first eggs are going to go to that family. So as long as they are there, on their property, then they're gonna get to eat all of the eggs because they love eggs. So um, the mom was pretty excited, that they'll have their own fresh eggs. So until we get them out of there, we're just gonna let them just eat all the eggs that they want to eat. So yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that she got returned to the pen. Um, I used to wash. Hey, Miss Linda, Ianoni, how you doing? I used to wash my Ziploc bags back in the day, and his friends made fun of me. Tell them to go and keep spending all of their money, and then you can spend your money on something else. Thank you. Laugh all you want. I did make and bottle my own apple vinegar, and it is the best. Yes, yes, it's been the best so far. I have been buying Bragg's for a lot of years now, but and I do still like Bragg's over every other brand. But when I made my own, it was just like it was something. It was great. It was really really great, and we've actually used it all. So I got to make some more at this point. And when my husband can taste it and be like, "Ooh, wow, that was really good." It is the homemade is the way to go. I still wash my Ziploc bags. My ex's grandma used to do it, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense. We just gotta save at every turn right now. And then, at again, some of everything is becoming obsolete. And then some of everything is actually being rationed. So I mean, if we can save those things, then we can have everything that we need. Gina versus Gina, how you doing, my friend? Hello, Real. How you doing? Good to see you. Um, Walmart sells the half-gallon jars. Yeah, that's what I made. My first my first apple cider. That's what I made it in, was the half-gallon. I didn't fill it all the way up. I just kind of didn't know really what I was doing, but it still turned out well. It turned out nice. But next time, I'm definitely going to use the whole thing and make it, big. Get a lot of apple scraps and make it much bigger. Let's see. Courtney Taylor, I saw some half-gallon mason jars at Target last Saturday. Um, yeah, yeah. Hey, LP, how you doing? So yeah, the TLC. That's a great idea. Wait a minute. Let me find it. I have some red wine vinegar brewing now. Nice, really nice. How do you all keep homemade bread from molding? Oh, tell us. That's a good question. And tell us, other than putting it in a place where air can't really get to it. Y'all, if you've made homemade bread, see, Growing with Hudson need to be in here because she's been making hers. We make our bread often, but it molds in 5 days. Oh, I wish G Hud was in here so she can tell us how she was doing it. But I think somebody earlier said freeze it, and then of course you can make breadcrumbs, or what are the little things that go on your salad, croutons or whatever, if you chop them up big. So the bags from this is what TLC in the Garden said. The bags from boxes of cereal are great after washing, in place of wax paper for separating hamburger patties when freezing. That is a really good idea. That's a really good idea. Raina Love said, I made apple butter. I used the scraps to make jelly as well. Wow. That is so cool. That's really cool. I need to look into doing that. Yeah, I can't do everything because, time is only so much. Good. So happy you're feeling better. Does anyone know where to find half gallon mason jars? Okay. The we is that pronounced we yogurt jars have lids that fit them off of girl, I don't know what you're talking about. But whoever you talking to know. Eco be out there getting juice. Yes. Girl. He came up one day, came to the door, called me to the door, and was like, Eco neighbor here reporting for the RV park. What do you think is going on out here? I was like, I don't know, but I want your tea. I need your tea. Please tell me what's going on. Listen, it would get crazy. It would get crazy some days. And this is, the good RV park. Most of the time it's quiet, but listen, when you just sit and watch, you see a lot of stuff. When you just sit and just observe, you really see a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is just so quiet. It's really quiet. Like, you wouldn't think that anything is going on, but if you just sit and watch, you see a lot of stuff, even in the quiet area. So he was bringing me all the tea, and I was like, oh my goodness. So then when I started to kind of just open the blinds and pay attention to some stuff, I would be sending him messages while he was at work, like, she went across the street again. Her husband had came back yet. I ain't seen him since Memorial Day. We be all in people's business, man. When I tell you, we be all in those people's business. Like, it has nothing to do with us, but hey. Listen, one of them is so fast. What we used to call fast back in the day. One of them is so fast. He just calls her, and she always walk around with her little shorts on, because this is Florida. Everybody wears shorts. Okay. He just calls her Miss Hot Pants. So when he says, yeah, Miss Hot Pants went across the street today, you don't even have to ask which one with the hot pants, because you just automatically know that it's that Miss Hot Pants. She's the one headed across the street where she ain't got no business being in there. Yeah. So it's been really cool. I know y'all have nicknames for everybody, low key. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. We absolutely do. Yes, Lord. That is so true. And I kind of always have, because I know, I know that, like, my coworkers had their nickname for me as well. So I baby, listen, I came up with my own nicknames, and I've been doing it ever since. Let's see. Better, yes, and that's what he said is better than the stories. We used to call them the stories, but the soap operas, yeah. Better than the soap operas. So good. Bunch of good stuff going on up there. Let's see. Can you give me? Wait a minute. Did you say something? Can you give me some tips on buying a piece of land, please? Yeah. I'm gonna make it quick. I want to make it real quick. If you want to see some more, then you can go to my TikTok page. I've been giving some over there. I still have some more that I want to give over there. But just quickly, make sure that you're walking the land, because you want to know what's going on that land, right? You don't want to just kind of blindly buy something. You want to make sure that you get with your own realtor. And I said that I wasn't going to say this again, but I'm going to say it again. Get your own realtor. Do not depend on the realtor who is listing the property. Get your own realtor, because you need somebody who is going to advocate for you. That realtor who is the listing agent on the property, and I'm sorry, fellow realtors, but whatever. Get you somebody that is going to advocate for you. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself in a very, very bad situation. Don't ask me how I know. You're going to find yourself in a bad situation. And no matter how nice, the realtor on the sign seems to be, they're getting paid to be nice. But you need to find somebody that you can trust, that is going to advocate for you, who is going to be working for you, just like that realtor is working for their seller. And another thing, go to the courthouse, whatever property that you're looking at. Go to the courthouse, go to the local courthouse in that city. If they don't have their information public to where you can see it on their website, because there are some places, when we moved to Georgia, we would look for properties up there. There are some counties that won't allow you to just see the deeds and things. So they'll make you pay in order to look at the different deeds on properties. And in some states, it is just public information. And so you can go to their website, or you can take yourself right on down to the courthouse and ask for the information on that particular property, and they will actually print the deed out for you so that you can see it, and you can look to see if there are any restrictions, and et cetera, et cetera. So those are some of the main things that I would say about the land. All right. So yeah, they about that money. That's all that's important. And let me tell you something. They lie just because they have a face. Okay. Like literally, they lie just because they have a face. So, get somebody who is going to advocate for you, and make sure that all of your stuff, make sure that everything lines up for you. All right. So thank you. Oh, thank you, G Mama Grows, for sharing that TikTok. Erica Taylor said, yeah, I'm just being honest. That was one of my jobs, and I didn't treat people that way, but there are some people who they don't care. They just want to get to that closing table, and it's up to you to do your due diligence on a property. All righty. So the rest you can see on my TikTok page. But okay, so keeping jars. And what else, guys, before I get out of here? What else? What else can we do? So we need to ask Andel, we need to ask Growing with Hudson. I'm gonna text her, matter of fact. Ask Jihud about how to prolong the life of your bread. What else, guys? We got get the cheaper cuts of meat. We got that. I used to be a realtor, but things have changed since then. Yeah, listing agents want that commission. All of them want their commission. But this guy, did I tell you, will the courthouse have information on whether or not there is a lien on the property? No, they will not. You have to get a title search for that. And if you are the buyer going into a property, going in to buy a property, then the seller is going to be responsible for paying for that title search for you. And they typically have like 15 days um, to get that title search done and get you a clear saying that there are no liens on this particular property. So that's done through a title search. The courthouse don't have anything to do with that. They're just to they'll just show you the past deeds on the property, and then you can check to see if there are like any easements on the property, any like there are just lots of different types of easements that can be on the property, but you want to make sure that you have any restrictions, because some of the deeds will say you can't have any cows, you can't have any pigs, but you can have chickens, but you can't have any cows, you can't have any pigs, you can't have any horses, you can't have any donkeys. So that's why you want to look at the deed to make sure that there's not any of that stuff, and then just see what else it says in the deed and make sure that you will have all the rights to that property, the air above, the ground below, the whole thing, because it's some funny stuff that can go on in those deeds. So vacuum, that's a good idea. Vacuum packet. I don't even have a vacuum sealer, but I need one. Vacuum packet. That's a good one. Thank you for that. Was that Miss Shirley OG? Thank you. Thank you. Woo child. These people out here telling us how to live on our own land. Yeah. So you just have to do all of your homework, beforehand. Like, don't get caught slipping. Don't get caught slipping. One of the properties that we used to own, we sold it. But one of them that we used to own, they told us that even though there were mobile homes surrounding the property, they said because we bought the property, we couldn't put a mobile home if we wanted to. We could put a modular because they're basically looked at just like houses, and then they're taxed like the same. So we could put a modular, which obviously is going to be, a lot more expensive, but we couldn't put a mobile home, even though there were mobile homes everywhere over there. We weren't grandfathered in, and we were like, So we just kept it for some years, and then we sold it. Because I was like, yeah, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for nobody telling me what I can do on my land. And it was too much. It was too much. We weren't even going to waste any money on there. So we just, my vacuum sealer is a must-have when I buy meat in bulk or even store vegetables from my garden. Vacuum sealer. Yeah, I definitely need that. I typically will go ahead and like cook up a bunch of stuff. Like I got putting bagging greens from my mom. She would go ahead and cook the greens, and she said, baby, when you take them out, that meat is going to have soaked into those greens really good, and it's just going to be delicious when you take them out of the freezer. And she's right. They are delicious when you take them out of the freezer. So typically if I'm doing a big harvest, I'll just take a couple of days or just all day and use, two of the burners at a time, big pots, and just like cook as much as I can down, and then just Ziploc bag them and then freeze them. And that way, I can get things done a lot faster. And, typically my family, they're going to eat it. It's not going to be in the freezer forever. They're going to eat it. So, or, when we have big events for the family, then we break them out. We're able to cook them. You know, it's less work to do. So, yeah. Um, I used to separate and freeze packs of meat so I didn't have to thaw it out all at once. And that's what we still do. That's what we still do, Donnie. That's a really, really good point. When I buy, if I go to Sam's Club and I buy the larger packs of meat, then I'll just take them and, make 2 or 3 to a pack, a Ziploc bag, and then store them that way. And so once they are in there, all you have to do is go and grab a bag or 2, depending on how many people in your family. Yeah, freezing them in portions. And then that way you don't have to worry about messing up your meat because you're trying to thaw out stuff in those big sizes. So that's what we still do that. And that's a really great way to save and make sure that it just makes things so much more convenient, especially as your house gets smaller, kids moving away and stuff. It just helps to not have all of those big meals and, So, yeah. Hey, Container Crops. How are you doing? Look at y'all. 51 thumbs up. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was grandfathered in with the mobile home. Yeah, and I was like, are y'all kidding me? Like, you know how cheap we could have been living? And that was before the I mean, we had the house, so we didn't really just need it. But it could have been a place where we could have had some tenants. We could have put inexpensive mobile home over there and then put some tenants in that one. So they just messed up our little plan. I would buy family packs and separate for different days to cook. Yes. It's just the smart way to do it. I asked my coworkers to give me their coffee grounds from their little desktop coffee pots and brought them in a container. They just finished. Look at you, Donnie. Go ahead, Donnie. I love it. I love it. That's so smart. That's really smart. Is what's their name? Starbucks. Is Starbucks still doing the coffee grounds for gardeners in y'all city? I haven't been over there in a while. They gave me so many coffee grounds the first time that I went. I mean, I think they were just waiting on somebody to come in there and get some of those things, because they gave me 2 big bags and I just put them all over in all of my garden beds and things. I proved that there were at one time 3 mobile homes here at one time. It's 3 now. Yeah, you have to take advantage where you can, love knows. You really do. Wherever you can. I gotta get close to my greenhouse. I gotta go close my greenhouse down. Have a great day. All right, you too. G Mama Grows, thank you. I appreciate you. I got a vacuum sealer from Amazon for under $40, I believe. 4 uncles. It works great. Okay. Let me write that down. 4 uncles. Vacuum sealer. Okay. I'm going to check that out. Because all the ones that I've seen, I typically end up in whoever's selling some guns and knives and camp gear. That's typically where I end up. So I always end up in either Camping World or the one that sells Cabela Bass Pro Shop or somewhere, and all of their vacuum sealers are typically like $120 or more. And I think that's probably why I hadn't bought one yet, because if I had seen one for like $40, I would have been snatched it up, Because I'm like, wait a minute, you're gonna charge me $120 for the sealer, and then you're gonna charge me another $40 for the bags to seal it in, and I'm just like, man, bye. Just bye. No. So thank you for that, Erica Taylor. Thank you. I use my Keurig pods, use them for used coffee grounds. Nice. I'm sure if SB still does them every time, I'm not sure. Okay, every time I've asked, they didn't have it separated and tried to give me a bag mixed with trash. You know what? I'd probably take that too. I'd probably take the ones that were mixed with the filters, whatever. I'd probably take that too. And then, I just have to throw out the little white things out of them. But yeah, has anyone ever vacuum sealed cooked veggies like collards to freeze? I don't. I just put them in a bag. And just put them in the freezer like that. And they turn out really good. I just freeze my collards in Ziploc bags, cheaper. Yep. Mama been doing that since we were kids. Hi, Sylvia. How you doing? Andale, I vacuum seal my greens flat so that they lay flat. Space saving. That's very smart. Very, very smart. I used to take the grinds with the filters. Filters make good compost. Good point. Good point. I gave away a vacuum sealer on my big giveaway that was around $20. Andy, where did you find that? Where did you find that? Do you pressure can or water bath a lot? Me, yeah. I pressure can more than I water bath. In the beginning, I water bath because I just wanted to make some of the peach preserves, and I started with peaches and pears and strawberries. Those preserves are amazing. They're so, so good. So I started with those, but I had to kind of, if I made it, I was going to eat it. And I still have some of them that I made. I think I started back in, was it 2020? Back in 2020 was when I first started to can. So I was just like, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make some of these things. But it's so much sugar. And I know that you can use some recipes that have low sugar, but I don't want that. Like I don't know many people that want the low sugar stuff. I don't even understand how they sell it. It is just not ain't my thing. I buy my trash bags on Amazon in bulk. The 13 gallons last more than a year. Oh wow. So hands in the dirt, how many typically comes in there? Because I would get mine from Sam's, and they last a good while. Was it 400? It was a lot. It was a lot. But they last a good little while. And they were actually good. My husband cannot stand them cheap bags. So, and they were actually, they're decent in strength as well. So, you sure did a giveaway. my vacuum sealer. Go on Amazon for vacuum sealers. They have good prices on the bags too. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. Thank you, Sylvia. I have gotten my coffee grounds from a dealership. Say that again, Erica, because I'm not understanding what you're saying. Hey, Urban Garden Chronicles, how are you? Hands in the dirt, I do also, but toilet paper also, 80 rolls for like $40. Low sugar and sugar-free is also flavor-free as well. Miss Shirley, you told the truth. in most cases, they are, yeah, they're just not it. Like, we addicted to sugar for a reason. we're not addicted to sugar free. We're addicted to sugar. I got a case sent of loose coffee by mistake. Whoa, they told me to keep it. You know what, love notes? I just saw I just saw something on the TV that said they are denying returns. They're telling people to just keep your returns. If you have a problem with things or whatever, because they just have too much stuff, they have an over influx of stuff because of all of the things that are now coming to the shelves that had been probably sitting on a boat somewhere. They're now, all of that stuff is kind of coming in. Um, so big sales supposed to be going on and all of that type of stuff. So they're telling people to just keep it, and we'll send out your replacement. Even going to the stores, they were talking about they don't even want it back because they don't have space for all of this stuff. So I was like, okay, all right. Hi, Midnight Green. How are you? Good to see you in the chat. Car dealerships keep coffee made on premises. They will give you the grounds. Okay. Sugar is my drug of choice. Listen, we don't have no choice in the matter because most of us addicted to it. They put sugar in everything. Like, just they put it in everything. That happens with a lot of big retailers now because it costs more for a return with shipping than to just refund you. Yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah. Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot told me to keep the stuff and refunded my money. Oh my gosh. Um, I did the meatless Monday and wet Wednesday, and it has curbed my sugar cravings. Yeah. Listen, when I was eating plant-based, I had no sugar cravings. None. So, and also another keto, you will have zero sugar cravings. If you do keto, zero. Like, none. If you do it and do it right, you will have no sugar cravings at all. So I just don't feel like doing it. I really don't. Hi, LaShonda Bowers. How are you doing? Missed the beginning. Didn't get to hear while you're in the hotel. Well, my husband is traveling for work, so I travel with him, and he is. I think he only had an hour and a half for his presentation, so it's probably over by now. But yeah, he had to speak, so I'm just here. I was out all morning, shopping and stuff. And then by the afternoon, I was just like, okay, let me just grab something to eat and go back to the hotel. So I've just been here kind of trying to catch up on some people's videos and things that I had been missing. So, yep, that's why I'm here at the hotel today. We'll be leaving out tomorrow since he's getting out a little later. We'll just stay for another night and probably go by the pool and just enjoy life. I buy the Walmart vacuum bags, and any other off-brand vacuum sealer bags they work just the same to you? Okay. I got 8 solar motion detectors for free. Wow, Love Notes. Y'all, Love Notes be having it going on, doing all her reviews and all of that stuff. Be having it going on. That's nice, Love Notes. I don't like a lot of sugar. That's why you're so fine, Miss Pam. Okay. I don't like a lot of sugar. I have a huge bowl of peaches and plums, but every time I look at my canner still in the box, I keep feeling it more trouble than it's worth. You know what? Chef Pam, I'm just going to say, once you do it, once you actually do the pressure canning or the water bath canning, and just get the experience, make sure that you're following the rules, you know, following the canning guidelines so that you stay safe, so that your stuff is going to last more than a few days. If you do it that way, then you're gonna see why. You're gonna see why it's so really important. If you don't want to can a bunch of stuff, then definitely, you know, don't do it. But once you actually do it, once you actually get that experience, nobody can take that away from you. So you can grab a canner and then just go and say, you know what, I need some extra food. I need to put some food away, or I need to give something to somebody else who may not, you know, be able to do some of this stuff, and just give them some extras to have around their place. So there are just many reasons to do it, but you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I just like sugar and candies. Yes, I do keto all the time. Yeah, I do keto and intermittent fast. I just checked. It was a 200 count for, wow, nice, $18.93. Last time I bought some, May 2021. Still under 100 left. Wow, wow, wow. That's really good. That's really good. So yeah, it definitely makes a huge difference when you are able to get things in bulk, because you're getting them for, you know, pennies rather than dollars. And it just, hey, Juice with Jay, my Cali bro, what's up, man? How are you doing? Good to see you in the chat today. Enjoy yourself. This allows for both of you to relax and be in air conditioning. Yeah, well, we got air conditioning in the RV. Yeah, I would sell it. I would sell it in a heartbeat if it didn't have no air conditioner. But yeah, the air in the RV is still nice and cold and all of that. My toilet paper I buy from a buddy of mine, 93 rolls to a box, load some bags, take some to mom. Same thing with the paper towels. Nice. Yeah. Sounds fabulous to just sit by the pool and dip my toes. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Definitely want to sit by the pool before we leave here and really just enjoy that, because I love a pool. My husband keeps saying, you are not gonna want no pool when you get it. And I'm like, listen, man, I want a pool. Like, it's getting worse. My want for a pool is getting worse now. I want it. It's so hot. Miss Pam makes some peach bread. Yeah. Love note said, great, Erica Taylor. I used to empty the coffee grounds out of the Pilot gas station. You know what? Okay. All right, y'all. Eco Neighbor is texting, so I gotta run and go pick him up. So thank you. I know it's a lot of work, but I don't care, love notes. I don't care. I know it's a lot of work. I don't care. I still want it. Everybody keeps telling me it's a lot of work. So thank you guys for coming in. He just texted and said he is ready now, so I have to run and pick up my honey. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me for a little bit. So have a great day, everyone. And not a kiddie pool. No, Miss Linda. No, no, no. We ain't doing kiddie pools. Y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. And I will talk to you guys on the next video. All right. Bye, guys. See you later.